Hello. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the stream. Fashion Barbie and Yamasu, thank you for the early subs. Appreciate you guys. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. Okay. All right. As you may have noticed, I was feeling generous this morning. As I was changing as I was getting rid of the Ray sub sound. I felt like you guys were gonna be really sad, so I decided to give you the Higiboo thingy. It's a little bit low, I think. Maybe it's good that way. Maybe it's better that way, honestly. Anyways, we'll see how long I'm feeling it. We'll see how long it's gonna be a thing, but you have it for now. You have it. There you go. All right. All right. Someone loves floodgates and Sky Striker is right. True. Josh viewers will know the truth behind it, though. It's fine. Just to start, did you see the Synchro Runic that won a regional? Do you mean the Bestial Runic? Because I saw, I haven't watched the profile, but I saw a Bestial Runic winning a regional. But I'm not sure if it is this, if you're talking about the same deck, or if there was like an actual Synchro Runic. Which, if that's the case, I haven't seen it. Anyways, it was a very eventful weekend, quite literally. We have a lot of things to talk about today. I think it's going to be interesting. We have both TCG news, we have Master Duel news, we have, YCS results to talk about. We have a new set coming up for the TCG that we can look at. We have the 2011 Yu-Gi-Oh! Recap from the Law Yugioh, which we're going to watch today. A bunch of things are going to happen today. We have YCS Japan results as well. So on and so forth. So it's going to be a very busy day. The Sky Striker support got revealed as well. So we can look at that. I haven't read it yet. We're going to see if it's the best card ever printed or not. Yeah, so let's just hop right into the warm-up. We have a lot of things to talk about. It's going to be a packed stream. All right. Let us begin. Let us begin by guessing some good old Yu-Gi-Oh cards. Let's go. Okay, what do we have here? Ooh, it's an old vanilla, I think. Oh, yeah. Oh, that's an old vanilla. We're skipping. We're skipping right in the beginning. Kuvagata Alpha. Okay. This is Grasp, I think. Spell Power Grasp? Yes. Hoplumus Angle? Question mark? Yes. All right. Ooh, this looks familiar. Time Lord, I want to say. Time Lord... Sandayon? Sandayon. I never realized the Time Lords had those weird faces on them. It kind of throws me off now that, like... This is a Dino Wrestler. I'm skipping. I think it is, yeah. Okay, we got some Girgi Arsenal? I think? Yeah. Ooh, this is weapon, power tool, tool weapon, C and D. Is it this? No, nice. Let me teach everything with the 7 ones. Ooh, this is the goblin that... what is this called? Goblin... This one. Yeah. Insector Gigamantis. Gigamantis. Yes. Oh, alien stuff. I think might be a trap card. Cell explosion virus. Ooh. This is Hane, I think. Yes. Nice. This is a trap card. Very old trap card. Something. Is it one of those? No. Full salvo. That's the one. Not. I thought salvage for some reason, but yeah, it's close. Is that reflect slime? Is it reflect slime? Metal reflect slime? It is. Looking hella gusto today. Elder? Is it Ritual Beast Elder? Tamer Elder? No, it's not. Okay, I'm skipping. Kumi Falco. Kumi. That does not exist. Key Moon Falcos. Okay. I've been baited. This is... Ooh, this is an Xyz. The robot Xyz. What is... It's like rank 8 or 9. Super dimensional. This one. Robot Galaxy Destroyer. Yeah. That's the one. This is good old Mirror Force. Nothing's wrong with Tikaboo. Oh, come on, dude. We're over this. Ooh, this is a Musketeer. I think this is Starfire. Yeah. This... I don't know. Hello? 7th Ascension. All right. Oh, Terra Top. Oh, god damn it. One more zoom that I actually needed. It's fine. Terra Top. Ooh, what is this? Gimmick puppet. Gimmick puppet. Something doll. Magnet doll. There's a lot of dolls. Bisque doll. Dreary doll. Dreary doll. Okay. Valkyrie. I'm guessing it. Dritte. No. Valkyrie. Erste. Oh, I know him. Something turtle summoner. Green turtle summoner. Yohain, thank you for the 8 months. Appreciate that. Thank you so much. Acid trap hole, I think. Acid trap hole. Yep. I like this subzone more than the last one. It's funnier. This one I don't know. Maybe a Predaplant. Yeah. Bujingi? Bujin something Bujin. Is it a Regalia? No. Maybe it is. There's more than one. I don't think it's a... Is it a Regalia? I don't think it is. Oh, it is. Okay. This is a hero, I think. Is it something Enforcer? It's not DPE. Wildwing? Oh, it might be Wildwing. Wildwing, man. Yeah, that's the one. This one I don't know. It looks terrifying, though. This gives me Dark Lord vibes. Morningstar? Morningstar. Well, it's something Curse of Dragon. Is it one of those? Curse of Dragon, the Cursed Dragon. Okay, nice. This one I do not know. 5-star Twilight. Never seen that card before. This is patchy. I saw that before I zoomed even. I didn't even need the first zoom. I recognized that freaking forehead. This is not Camera Clops. It's this patch paparazzi. This patch paparazzi. That one. This is Melissa Voris. What is this? What's their whole knife, right? Knife? They have a knife, yes. Ooh, I've seen this. It's Mistworm, yes. Mistworm. This is Crusadia? This is the Crusadia dudes, but it's not one of those. Crusadia Vanguard, maybe? Oh, I actually guessed that. Okay, nice. I actually didn't know. Totem 5, right? Totem 5. Yes. Battery Man Solar. Now this one I do not know. Extra Pendulum. All right, cool. Whoa, this is a Kawaki card. Kawaki Speeder. Yeah. Looks like Super Heavy Samurai to me. General Coral. It is a Super Heavy Samurai. Okay. Is this just Leviathan? No. Is it? It might be. Oh, it is. Okay. I didn't know it had that background shattered glass thingy. Oh, this is timidity. Insect level 7. Goatee. Oh, but I don't know which one. Not Patches, I don't think. Snopios? Snopios? Snopios. Looking in like a Phantom Knight situation, but not one of the ones I know. It is a Phantom Knight. I'm skipping it though, because I don't know which one it is. Lost Vambrace. That's one of the bad ones, I think. Okay, who's this? Ninjutsu art. Ninjutsu art of right on. Is it the sealing ceremony? Oh, sealing ceremony. Okay. Ray of Hope? Maybe? Ray of Hope? No. Okay. Miracle's Wake. Okay. I remember that. This is a hero card. It might be something favorite or miracle. Favorite hero? Is it favorite hero? It is favorite hero. Yeah, that's what I thought. Now, who is this? I actually don't know. Don't know. Crossover. Okay. Shadol Dragon. don't know what that is. Go talisman. Not sure what that is either. Sam Bell. Ooh, this is... It's Stardust support, I want to say? Converting Vicious? Converting... That's not a thing. That is not a thing. Stardust Mirage. Oh, this is Prismora, right? Yeah. It's a Mecha Phantom Beast, but one of the bad ones. Morphtronic. Is it Scramble? No. Morphtronic what, though? There's... Oh my god, there's some... Scramble. That's the one. Oh, it was that. I remembered it. I just didn't remember the comma. This one... I don't know. That's a Dogmatica? What? I've never seen that. Okay, now we're getting weird ones. What the hell is this? Another camera, dude. Amplisions? Wait, what? No, that. Epigonen. Okay. Prank Kids, Lampseas. Right? Yeah. This Supreme Rage. Super Transformation, I think. Yeah. And we have something dice. Something dice. I don't know. Okay. Yeah. Come on, 835? Not that bad. You do not have the right today. You do not have it. You simply can't. It's been all right. It's been an okay round. It could have been a little better, but it was solid. We did all right. We did all right. There were a couple ones where we lost some time for no reason, like trying to guess the camera thingy, whatever this thing is. I've never seen this in my life, but it was decent. It was decent. Now we need to do this and like just a little bit better and we can get to 1,000 again. I still do not know how we ever got to 1,200 though. That must have been the most insane round ever. Or we just got very lucky in terms of what cards we get. Because sometimes it is really just a little bit of luck, you know? Sometimes you just get cards that you just know a bunch in a row and it's so many points if you get them early. Right? So, like, you know, sometimes that's what it comes down to. All right, what is the daily? Ooh, nothing matches. All right, we have just something big from back in the day. Let me throw an Abyss Megalo at you. That was the first card I thought of. Okay, it was still even older. You know this card? Okay. Okay, it's high level, so we're talking level 8 or higher. Just effect monster. It is more than 24, more than 19, so it is just big. Let me try a light or an earth monster. What's a big light monster? Lackluster Soldier doesn't work because it's not a warrior. Something Blue Eyes maybe? But nah, they didn't have support back in the day. Light and Darkness Dragon, maybe? Or is it not a dragon? No, it could be. Light and Darkness Dragon. Easy clap. Easy clap. Easy clap. That's just straight up one of my favorite cards. Light and Darkness Dragon is one of my favorite cards, so I thought of that one. Nice. Good start. Good start. Do you think you'll do another helping viewers with building their deck? Absolutely. Absolutely. How many favorite cards do you have though? I would say like 4 or 5. I'm the type of person, I have a hard time deciding. I think my favorite card's Colossal Fighter, but I also really like some other old stuff like Light and Darkness Dragon, Dark Armed Dragon, Raiko, Enemy Controller, those kind of things. But I'd say it's like that's about it, you know. I like Toad. But, you know, I have less favorite cards than Billy Break though. That's for sure. I definitely have less favorite cards than Billy Break. All right. Warm up done successfully, I might add. Now, we have a bunch of things to do today. Like I said earlier, it's been a busy weekend for Yu-Gi-Oh! There's been a lot of things happening, and we're going to talk about all of it today. You know, there was obviously a YCS. We watched it together. Thank you everyone for tuning in on Sunday again. There was a YCS in Japan as well, which they have published the results on Road of the King. So we're going to take a little bit of a look at the YCS in Japan. There's been an announcement for Master Duel, you know, Vanquish Soul coming this week. So we're going to talk about that for a second. The Sky Striker card has been announced. So we're going to look at that. The Valiant Smashers box openings happened yesterday. So we're going to take a look at the Valiant Smashers rarities and stuff like that. The 2011 Yu-Gi-Oh! Recap, as we haven't watched it yet, so we're gonna do that as well. We have a lot of freaking things to talk about today. So let's hop right in. Let's do something that is probably gonna be a little bit quicker first. Let us react to Surgical Striker Spectra first. Now, this is the Sky Striker Link 4 card that we already saw like a teaser for in some Jump magazine, but we don't know the effect yet. I haven't read it yet, so let us hop right in. We only knew the artwork. So, okay. Link 4 Dark Machine with 3000 attack, points like a plus sign. This card is always treated as a Sky Striker Ace card. Must first be link summoned. You can only use the first effect of this card's name once per turn. When your opponent activates a card or effect as Chainlink 2 or higher, quick effect, you can banish 2 spells from your hand and or graveyard, negate that effect, then you can destroy 1 card your opponent controls. Okay. And then second effect just loses 3k while you have no spells in the grave. Okay, so you go to 0 attack if you have no spells. I mean, the first effect is an interesting take on a negation, I would say. Like it's not let's not talk about whether the card is good or bad at this point right now. Just the effect itself, like isolated, is I think an interesting take on negation, because it's like a more fair way to have omni negates, right? It's like whenever your opponent responds to your cards, you get to negate that, but you cannot negate something like Chainlink 1 Talents or Chainlink 1 Pot of Desires or whatever like that. You know, like you can't just negate the first thing they do, right? Obviously, though, that restriction makes it worse than just being an omni negate, right? This effect is worse than being an omni negate. Now, I also want to point out that it's not just negate and destroy the card. It is negate that effect, and then you can destroy 1 card your opponent controls. So let's say you negate a spell card with this. You negate the spell card, and then you can destroy a different card. So it could be a negate and destroy a different card. So technically, it could be like a trading 2-for-1 situation, right? However, all that being said, I like the effect of the card, but this thing is a Link 4. This thing is a Link 4, and that is troublesome. That is troublesome, but there are obviously ways to Link climb. There are obviously ways to Link climb in this game, you know? But the thing is, if you're going through all the means of like setting up this many monsters, in like keep in mind, we're talking about Sky Striker, right? We're talking about Sky Striker, a deck that is not known for its Link climbing capabilities. You know, of course they used to have this combo of like, you know, let's go like Helka Fibrax into summon an Effect Veiler into make Celine into make a Link 4, but they would usually just go into some like access code, right? So I have a hard time seeing how Sky Striker consistently summons this card. It is technically generic. It's technically a generic monster. However, not every deck will consistently have like multiple spells in the grave turn 1. Some decks do, but not every single deck will consistently have it. Also, I would argue in order for this card to be strong, you would want to have at least 3 spells in your grave, because honestly, using up if you have exactly 2 spells in the grave, banishing both to negate an effect, and then your thing is just 0 attack and just they'll just run over it for some massive damage is like, you know. This card is mediocre. This card is mediocre. This card reminds me of when I first read something like Sky Striker Surgical Hamp or whatever it's called, right? I think it's also Surgical Striker Hamp. Like when I read that card, I was like, I can see some situations where it's good, but it's not like as powerful as a card would need to be in order to make Sky Striker viable again. Now I'm trying to think if you would ever put this into other decks. The problem is this type of effect, the more I'm thinking about it, it's just very mediocre as like a, you're never going to make this as like going first, right? Going first, having a negate that's only Chainlink 2 or higher is very weird because, well, most of the time when your opponent plays, the most important things are just going to be Chainlink 1, right? You know, their board breakers are Chainlink 1, their like Talons, Thrust, Change of Hearts, their engine cards, everything is just going to be Chainlink 1, right? So you're not going to make this turn 1. So are you going to make it turn 2? Probably not, dude. Going second, look at the Link 4s we already have, man. I mean, we can summon a freaking access code. Right? This is a Link 1 with linkage. It's not so, I mean, wait, it says it must first be Link summoned. Doesn't linkage not work? Sky Striker linkage. Yeah, you cannot summon it with linkage. You cannot summon it with linkage because linkage says special summon a Sky Striker Ace from your extra deck, and it doesn't specify that it's treated as a link summon. It's not a link summon. So you cannot summon it with linkage. Of course, if you were able to with linkage, we would be talking a whole different story. If you could summon it with linkage, it would be very strong. But I just assumed you couldn't. I just assumed you couldn't. Can you make this an Unchained? Well, yeah, you can, but do you want to, right? Like, when you set up your Unchained Soul of Rage or whatever, like, would you rather link into this or would you rather link into like an SP Little Knight? You know, I don't think this is even better than SP Little Knight in that situation. I need help. I told myself I'll stop playing Master Duel at my first loss, but I'm 11-0 with tier limits. Well, what's the problem? Just keep winning and you never have to stop playing Master Duel. Yeah, this is disappointing. It's a disappointing card, I think. The effect is not bad, right? It's just that being on a Link 4 is trash. If this was a Link 3, maybe we would be talking, right? On a Link 3, you know, if I can play Sky Striker and I can play a bunch of Charmers to like, because Sky Striker Links have all the different attributes, I play a bunch of Charmers. So whenever my opponent has a certain attribute in the graveyard, I can make a Charmer, bring it back, and then make this as a Link 3. It'd be fine. Even then, I don't think it would be too powerful. Like, I don't even think it would be that powerful, even if this was a Link 3. So this being a Link 4 makes it all that much worse, right? Yeah. Unfortunate. Not a very good card. Not a very good card. Now, I think they're being very careful when it comes, like seeing all the recent Sky Striker support, I think they are being very, very careful with it. Like, for some reason, they want to support Sky Striker, but they don't want to make, I'm getting the feeling that they don't want to make it too powerful again, right? They just want to, like, I don't know, give the Sky Striker enjoyers something to work with, but because there is a fan base for it, but they don't want to make it meta relevant again, it seems like. Which is fine, I guess. All right. Next up on the agenda for today, we have YCS which stands for Japan, Nagoya 2023. Yu-Gi-Oh! Championship Series Japan was held on the 4th of November 2023 and had 4,000 participants. I just want to point that out real quick. 4,000 participants in this YCS. And the even crazier part is that in order to get into the Japan YCS, you need to go into a lottery to get a ticket. There were more than 4,000 people that wanted to play in it, but you have to like sign up and there's like a random drawing for you to get into the tournament as well, right? On top of all that, this is a one-day event. The YCSs in Japan are very, very different from the YCSs that we know because they are doing them in one day. And in order to get it done in one day, they do best of one. So no siding, just best of one. Which is not what all of the OCG is. I think, as far as I'm aware, and if we have any OCG duelists in chat, feel free to correct me. But as far as I'm aware, the YCSs are the only event in the OCG that are like this, right? It's like everyone else in the OCG, every other tournament, and so on and so forth, they all are best of 3 side deck and everything. It's just for the YCSs. I assume it's because they want to make sure they can have as many people enter as possible without having any issues in terms of running the event. They just make it best of one, which is, let's not discuss that decision right now. It is what it is. The only thing that it does mean, which is something I do want to point out real quick, 4,000 people, 8 rounds of Swiss, and then top 64. I'm plugging that into the top cut calculator right now. 8 rounds of Swiss, 64 player top cut, 4,000 players. You have roughly 16 people at 8-0, and you have 125 people at 7-1. And this means the only way you can guarantee to get top 64 is by going undefeated in Swiss. The majority of the people that go X1 will not make top cut. So 48 players with 7-1 make top cut, 76 miss. So you have to win 8. Like, the thing is, you can think of best of 1 whatever you want. Like, of course, yes, best of 1 is more variance than best of 3 or whatever. But if you could at least like lose 1 or 2 and still make top cut, maybe it would be okay, right? Because you could afford to get unlucky once or unlucky twice, or you know, you get max seed once and don't have an out. The tournament doesn't end for you. But the combination of it's best of one, and you have to go undefeated is insane high variance to me. Like that does seem like a honestly. If you're taking an event like this super serious, you are just setting yourself up for frustration. I'm gonna be honest with you. Like, I'm sure people are still tryharding it, but it must be so frustrating to go to an event where you know it's best of one and you have to go undefeated basically to win the tournament. But okay. It is what it is, and these are the results. We have in first place, Sinful Spoils, Snake Eye, Fire King. That's a lot of interesting words to me. That's a lot of interesting words in one singular deck. I'm gonna be honest with you. And it is not like an outlier. It's not the only person that played this deck at this event or topped with it this event. There's another one in top 8. 2 of them in top 8, actually. So the Sinful Spoils Snake Eye Fire King deck is maybe something to look out for, because we are going to get those cards in the TCG relatively soon. I believe it's pretty much exactly a month from now that we get the Fire King structure. We already have a decent amount of the Sinful Spoils cards. Snake Eye, I want to preface, Snake Eye does get more support in the future, but not very soon for us. Like, for YCS Bologna, we will have the Fire King cards, but we will not have Snake Eye at full potential, right? There's more Snake Eye support in Phantom Nightmare, which is the next main set. And there's also indirect support for a deck like this in the card called Bonfire, which is basically just Rhoda for Pyros, which I think we get that in January, right? So keep that in mind when looking at those results, or when considering Fire King for something like YCS Bologna. But we're gonna have a more in-depth look at Fire King at some point in the next couple weeks. Don't worry. Other notable decks, I mean, we have Labyrinth in second place. The only Labyrinth in top cut, as I'm seeing it right now, which is somewhat surprising because Labyrinth is decently popular in the OCG in general. However, I will say Labyrinth in best of one, you know, you lose one dice roll and your opponent just combos on you. You know, like, okay, better luck next time, I suppose. So that can happen. We got Rescue Ace now also being paired up with the Snake Eyes. So, okay. We got Runic, which is probably Runic Stun. We have Silent Force, which we've read the cards, but I don't remember exactly how much I liked those cards. But apparently it can do something at least. We got some Center Eon. We got some Center Eon here. We got a Pearly, which is another case of Pearly is a pretty good deck in the OCG right now. But maybe in best of one, not performing as well as some of these other decks, because there's definitely way more Rescue Ace. I mean, 1, 2, 3, 4 Rescue Ace, 3 Fire King. A lot of Sinful Spoiled Snake Eye decks in general, you know? Like, the majority of this top cut, almost half of top 16, is some version of Sinful Spoiled Snake Eye decks. So that is something to note. We got Phantom Knight Horus here. And that's about all the different decks that we have. And this is the deck that won it all. We got Sinful Spoils Snake Eye Fire King. Now, what I'm noticing right away is that it doesn't use a whole lot of the old Fire King cards, right? The only Fire King cards in here that I recognize as already existent before the structure deck, I think, is the Field Spell and these two guys, right? The Barong definitely existed. This one is also already, right? This one is like, this one came out a couple years ago. This one's from like 2015 or 16, and this one is like also 2014. I want something like that, you know. Those three are old cards, and the rest is completely new, right? The rest is completely new. As far as the Snake Eyes go, honestly, they're calling it a Snake Eye deck, which I expected a little bit more Snake Eye in it, but we've got exactly 3 Snake Eye cards. We have this one. This is the newer one. This is the custom Snake Eye, and this is the Snake Eye Sinful Spoil. So we got 3 Snake Eye cards and a Sinful Spoil package going on. But yeah, we got a decent amount of hand traps. We got something for the Maxi minigame, and we got the Fire King cards. Now, once again, we've read the Fire King cards, but that was like weeks ago. if not months, when they were first announced. And at this point in time, I cannot really make a judgment on how powerful these cards are when they hit the TCG. We're gonna take a look at that in a couple weeks, probably shortly before YCS Bologna. We're gonna definitely have a stream where we take a look at the Fire King cards in a little bit more detail, maybe play a couple games with it and reach like a conclusion on whether it's already powerful in the TCG or not, or whether it needs the consistency of like Bonfire and more Snake Eye support and so on and so forth. Yeah, I mean, it looking at it though, it definitely, once we have Phantom Nightmare and Bonfire, it's definitely looking like it's a deck that you could play in the TCG, right? There's nothing important here that we don't have, right? We don't have Max C, but that's it, right? No, so that's interesting. Looking like a solid deck for a best of one event, honestly. Like, it's got enough hand traps to not lose randomly to combo decks. It's got like decent amount of room for non-engine, so on and so forth. It also is playing the new Link 3 from Phantom Nightmare, the Promethean Princess. That is cool. And it's playing Amblo Whale, boggers. The Amblo Whale combo technology, insane. Every fire deck is playing the Link 3. It is the Link 3 is a very good card for specifically fire decks. Yeah, it is a good card. So yeah, that's the first place. Second place, we have Labyrinth with 1 Arias. I mean, there's not too much to discuss when it comes to Labyrinth in the OCG right now. We've seen plenty of lists play something like this. They have this, I forgot the name of this one, but this one is also something that we get in January. But it does play this new trap card, which we read this like 2 weeks ago or something like that, or 3 weeks ago. Transaction Rollback. That's the name of this trap. This is the trap with the Aluber mask in it, which is now seeing play in the deck. But it's not really like groundbreaking technology here. We just got 1 Arias, which is interesting to note, I guess. Rescue Ace. Now, this is very comparable to our format, right? Yes, they are playing a slightly bigger Snake Eye package, right? They play the new Snake Eye from Phantom Nightmare. But overall, all things considered, this is relatively close to what we have in the TCG right now, right? So this is relatively easy to understand. The only thing that stands out here is that they are choosing to play 2 copies of Alert, which Alert is the one that is a Rhoda if you have the Hydrant on the board. So I guess that kind of works, you know, like that. They are playing the one of Reinforce, which I'm not a huge fan of this card. I honestly think Rescue Ace already has enough one of bricks that you don't really want to draw. So adding the Reinforce to it, I don't know if I like it, but it's like fine, I guess. They are not playing the Field Spell, which is interesting. Yeah, that's interesting to me. There's a lot of Droll and Lockbird in this best of one, which I'm noticing so far. I mean, 2 out of 3 decks were playing the full playset of Droll and Lockbird in the main deck right now in the OCG. And even here, yeah, we're playing the Princess and the Amblo Whale. We're playing the Princess and the Amblo Whale in this deck as well. We got another Sinful Spoils Snake Eye Fire King, which is slightly different from the other one, you know, different hand traps. Playing Super Poly, playing this dude, which I don't even know what that is. Probably another new Fire King one of. Is Droll actually against Max C? So in a deck like Rescue Ace in the OCG, I'm trying to think, if you do, after you do your first couple searches, you could theoretically Droll your opponent's Max C and then just keep playing, because something like Rescue Ace could ignore its own Droll and Lockbird a little bit, right? Sometimes you non-ironically troll yourself. Yeah, I mean, in a deck that doesn't search very much past the first couple ads, you could do it, right? I think Unchained was non-ironically trolling Max C because it doesn't care. Yeah, Unchained is another great example of you could just play Droll in Unchained because that makes it so... I mean, if you think of it that way, if you're playing a deck that does not care about Droll and Lockbird, if you play 3 Ash, 3 Droll, 2 Called By and Crossout, you have 9 outs for Max C in your deck, where 6 of those outs to Max C are also just hand traps, right? So that could be a good approach in a best of 1 Max C format to do that. Now, still, if you droll a Max C, it is significantly worse than using Ash on it because your opponent still gets at least 1 draw. So you're just going straight up -1 instead of going even if you Ash a Max C. But I mean, it's you can't play more Ashes than 3, right? So and everyone is playing 3 Ashes already. Everyone is already playing the 2 Called By. Everyone is playing the Crossout. So if you feel like you need more outs to Max C, I guess Droll could be something you can consider in a deck that is not hindered by a Droll, right? Razor59, think of it a 4 months. Mr. Church, think of it a 5 as well. Appreciate that. How good do you think trap tricks are in the TCG's format? I'd say more like tier 2 to 3. Not phenomenal, but not terrible. Yeah, more Fire Kings. We got the Pearly. Honestly, Pearly is as standard as it gets. They are now... I think this was the most recent ban list that put the Delicious to 2 now. So now you only have 2 Delicious, 1 Sleepy. I think this is still okay somewhat, you know, because you can still reveal 2 Delicious, 1 Sleepy with My Friend, which means you get a guaranteed one of the 2, right? You get a guaranteed one of the 2 good memories, and then if you get Delicious, you go for the Delicious line. If you get Sleepy, you go for the Sleepy line, so the deck is still fine. They're playing 3 traps because of Sleepy is limited, so you have no guaranteed way to get to X Purely Noir. So they really want to, you know, do it this way. And even though if you can resolve My Friend Pearly, you are technically guaranteed to get a Delicious or Sleepy, you are not always guaranteed to be able to, like, if you have Delicious, that does not automatically mean you have a guaranteed Noir, because you need another quick play after Delicious. And you also need your opponent not to interrupt you. Like if your opponent chain blocks because what you usually do if you have Delicious in order to get to a Noir, of course you make your Plump has Delicious and the Pearly monster as material, so that's 2 materials. You can attach 2 more with its own effect if you have 2 more spell or traps in the graveyard, and so you need 1 more attach by Plump's effect to chain to a Pearly quick play spell. And sometimes your opponent interrupts that. Sometimes your opponent, like, if they see you get the Delicious memory, they might let you go to the Plump, and then they just, like, you know, Ash your second quick play spell or whatever, and then you can't chain to it to attach it, and then you might not be able to make a Noir. So hard drawing the trap just guarantees it. It's like the easiest way to get it. Also, they're playing Desire, so sometimes they might banish their traps. Sometimes they might not have all 3 of these in the deck if they are forced to use Desires first. So this is overall a less consistent and more risky way to play Pearly, for sure. But it can still work, right? It can definitely still work. Obviously, I mean, that's the thing. In order to get to top 8, think about this real quick. In order to get to top 8, most likely... they freaking went, like, they went 8-0 or 7-1. Let's just assume they went 8-0 in Swiss. Then they won top 64, top 32, and top 16. That's freaking 11-0 until they lost. At least it's 10-1 in best of 1, which is still, every single one in this top 8 or higher has had an insane record, honestly. Right? Majority of top cut is X1, to be fair. Okay, even then. Okay, then it's 10-1. 10-2, which is still, you know, that's a good record in best of 1s. That's still incredible. We got more Sinful Spoils, Snake Eye Rescue Ace. Be prepared to say that a lot moving forward, you know? Be prepared to say that a lot. If you thought Sinful Spoils Rescue Ace was a mouthful, you're gonna have to add Snake Eye to that. Probably in the TCG as well at some point. Centurion. Centurion is something we're gonna talk about later today. It is interesting to see it perform in the OCG. We're gonna look at Valiant Smashers later today. And we are going to probably... So my plan for today is to do a little bit of everything as we're doing it right now. Like, we're going to talk about... We're going to finish talking about this Japan YCS. Then we're going to talk about the Vanquish Soul coming to Master Duel. We're going to take a look at YCS Richmond. We're going to look at Valiant Smashers box opening, so on and so forth. So we're not dedicating a whole bunch of time to one individual topic today, but rather just have a little bit of everything. Tomorrow, my plan for the week is tomorrow I want to take a super detailed look at Centurion. And I want to dedicate maybe even the entire stream to it, which is something that we haven't done very often in the past, I think. And I want to try it out and see how you guys like it and how fun it's going to be, or how helpful it's going to be. My plan for tomorrow is I want to take a look at the Centurion cards. We're gonna try and build it for the TCG because it comes out in like a week, right? We're gonna take a look at it tomorrow. We're gonna build it, and then we're gonna test it against like meta decks, that's where I'm gonna play against you guys tomorrow. Like, I'm gonna say like, okay, let's play against. I want to have like one match, maybe a full match even with side deck against like current meta decks. Like one match against Unchained, one match against Rescue Ace, one match against Pearly, just to get a feel for how good Centurion is going to be when it releases in the TCG, right? And I think that's the plan for tomorrow. I think it's going to be a fun stream, and we're going to see how it goes. But anyways, obviously it's helpful to have Centurion lists from the OCG to get like a little bit of a starting point. Now they are combining it with Nadir Servant, which is interesting. I don't know exactly what that's for, but like I said, it's been a while since we've read the Centurion cards. We're going to do it in much more detail tomorrow. We're going to do that in much more detail tomorrow, but the Centurion deck, I think, is a little bit dangerous for the TCG, because it feels like one of those decks. It feels like one of those decks that was designed with Maxi in mind. Right, because it's like super synchro spammy, I feel like, and has the Calamity combo with Crimson Dragon. So I was hoping they would get rid of Calamity before we get those cards. But yeah, like every once in a while, it feels like the OCG designs an archetype with the justification of, we can make this combo archetype a little bit stronger because we have Maxi in the format. That's going to balance out its win rate. And it works. It kind of works for the OCG, but it doesn't work for the TCG. So that could be problematic, but we'll see. We'll take a look at those cards. More Fire King, more Rescue Ace. I hate what they're doing to my Runics. I hate what they're doing. I hate what they're doing to my Runics, man. Troll Despair, man. Ooh, Silent Force. Now, Silent Force, it's the rituals. I forgot what it even was. I remembered the name, but I forgot what it was. Silent Force is the ritual, the Saphira, Soravis, and whatever the hell the third thing was called. I even forgot what it was. The archetype now. That's cool. Skull Guardian, that's the one, right? That's cool. I remember reading those cards and thinking, yeah, those cards are really cool. I like this. I like the fact that they did well. That's cool. That gives me some hope, man. I love whenever ritual archetypes do well. And when I say ritual archetypes, I mean actual ritual archetypes. Don't say Drytron. Don't call Drytron a ritual archetype, dude. It's not. I will not accept Drytron. Like, It's like, whenever I see rituals, I'm like, I love every single one of you. And then I look at Drychon and I'm like, except you. Except specifically you. What about Necros? Necros is one of the most base decks ever in the history of Yu-Gi-Oh! Don't at me. Alright, no, this is very cool. This is very cool. The Silent Force cards, are, when I read them for the first time, I thought they were pretty cool, so it's nice to see them perform. Another Nadir Servant. Another Nadir Servant situation that we got here. Alright. More Rescue Ace, and this is the wet dream of every Twitch chatter, Horus Phantom Knight. Because every time I make a tier list or I talk about anything Horus related, everyone is like, what do you think about Horus Phantom Knight? What about Horus Phantom Knight though? Huh? Horus Phantom Knight? Anyone? Anyone? I don't know. I can't explain this. I don't know. This deck is popular at my locals. I mean, it sounds like it's a fun deck to play. Right? It does. I'll give you that much. It does seem like it's a fun deck to play. And once again, getting top 16 at this tournament means they had to have at least like a 90% win rate in best of one or something like that. On that particular day, of course. Now, they were the only person to do it. But still, you know, it's something. Now, I personally don't really know what the huge appeal is of the adventure engine without Griffin Rider, because it's banned in the OCG. So you don't get like an Omni Negate out of it. I guess it being technically, you can make it so that like you can buy, it can be a level 3 extender. It can be an illegal knight, which can help break boards. So if you play a deck like Phantom Knights, which really doesn't need its normal summon, you can argue that it's fine to play the package. They also are, like, the Enchantresses are good discards for Imseti and Sarcophagus. So it's... I kind of do see the appeal of it. I do see it. It's obviously less powerful than if you had Griffin Rider. And of course, we're looking at an engine here where you play 3 Enchantress, 1 Rite of Aramesir, which is 4 good draws, and then you have an Illegal Knight, a Fateful Adventure, and a Draco back, which are mediocre draws, to say the least, you know, to be generous here. So it's like not the greatest deal in the history of trade deals, you know, but it's fine. Illegal Knight is a level 7. It doesn't let you make rank 8s. But Enchantress being a level 3 extender is solid in a deck that, you know, plays Levier and Breaksword. And that's it. That is the current state of the OCG, according to Best of One. Keep that in mind. Keep that in mind, that this is the current state of the OCG in a Best of One, right? But I mean, I think people are still inclined. I don't think the majority of people would change what they play in between Best of 3 and Best of 1. You know, of course, certain strategies are much worse in Best of 1 than they are in Best of 3. But for the most part, you know, as an example, if they announced the next YCS in the TCG to be Best of 1, I think the majority of people would still pull up with, you know, Unchained, Rescue Ace, Tier, and Pearly, so on and so forth, right? I believe Right is semi-limited, but they chose to play 1. Yeah, it's at 2. It's at 2. You can tell here from the symbol. It's at 2, but they chose to play 1, which, I mean, maybe it's not that important to draw. It's much better to draw Enchantress because you can discard it for the Sarcophagus, right? That's probably the core idea of this, is that you can, like, do a couple of really nice things. If you draw like Sarcophagus plus Enchantress, you can, like, Sarcophagus, pitch Enchantress, send the Horus monster, banish Enchantress, get Rite of Aramesir, summon the token, get Fateful Adventure, bring back the Horus monster, trigger, like, you can Fateful Adventure to search the Draco back, then you can discard the Draco back for the Sarcophagus as well. So it provides multiple great discards if you open Enchantress, right? Which is much better than drawing Right. Jane OCG Meta, thank you for the 4 months and thank you for the continued support. Thank you so much. Draco back is banned. What is this then, Sherlock? What is this card right here? Tell me the name of this card right now, or I'm timing you out. Sorry, I meant the Griffin. All right, I will forgive you. I will forgive you for doing a little bit of chatting. I will forgive. Okay. I mean, that's YCS Japan. That is YCS Japan. Even though it's not the most relevant for us because it's a couple months, it's basically the format a couple months in the future and it's best of one and it's a maxi format. Still interesting to see that apparently wait, why does this read all this? No. Why does it read the name of who you gifted the sub to? That is a disaster. What did I do? What did I do this morning? I changed the sub sound. I changed the... Oh no, I have to fix that as we speak. That cannot stay like this. That cannot stay like this. But I don't know how I did that even. I don't know what I did. Okay, hold up. I need to fix this. This is important. This will ruin the entire stream. Hold up. This will ruin the entire stream. Give me a second. I'll be right back. Do not. Hold up. Okay. Settings. Subscriber alert. What's wrong with Tikaboo? Well, okay. What's wrong with Tikaboo? What? Now, some might call this a marketing genius move. Some might call this a genius business move, but it was not on purpose, and I am suffering as we speak. Okay, I think I know what I did. Okay, hold up. Yeah, I know what I did. Okay. This... This... this one you don't need. Community gift subs, yes. Save. Anonymous gift subs. Oh, these are also important. I need to change the anonymous gift subs. You guys like to use that one. All right, there we go. Save. Okay, saved. It should be fixed now, I hope. It should be fixed. I hope. Unless I can't update it while I stream, but then it's going to be a disaster. Anyways. What was I saying before this disaster happened? What were we talking about? Do you think it's worth picking up cards from Valiant Smashers considering what happened to Amazing Defenders? That is a question that I would rather answer maybe tomorrow because I am missing two things. Two things need to be done before I can answer that question. The first thing is I don't even know the rarities yet. I have not looked at the Valiant Smashers openings because I wanted to keep that for today. So we're going to talk about Valiant Smashers rarities later today. We're going to do that. And then the second, even more important thing that I need to do beforehand is I need to test the decks, which is something I have planned for tomorrow. We're going to test, especially Centurion. Like, as of right now, the way I remember it, I think Centurion out of the three archetypes is by far the best one. I think Valmonica and what is the other thing called? Memento are like they're not trash, but they are, at this point in time, I wouldn't say they're playable. Now, of course, we said the same thing about Pearly and Rescue Ace on release, right? Which is, it was true at the time, right? The Pearly cards at release, they were not a meta viable deck. The Rescue Ace cards at release were not a meta viable deck yet. I said, yeah, Turbulence setting 4 cards from deck is good, but how am I going to make a deck around this? And then for Pearly, I also said it's kind of, the mechanics are kind of cool, but like the most freaking custom cards were necessary to save Pearly, for example, right? There was like, they got the most broken cards in Pearly were all released after Amazing Defenders, right? Like Pearl Lily, custom card. E Purely Noir, custom card. Like it's just the most Sleepy Memory, man. Holy, like without those cards, there was no way of knowing Pearly was going to be good, right? And so with Valiant Smashers, or with any archetype really, honestly, this is a thing. This is an issue. This is not something that has anything to do with like deck building packs or anything like this, right? It's simply whenever there's an archetype on release. Some archetypes are powerful on release. Some archetypes are not. Some archetypes need support. Some archetypes get support and some archetypes don't. This is literally nothing else. Like if you're investing into archetypes early because you believe in them or whatever, it's literally nothing but gambling or whatever you want to call it. Like it's literally just like guessing on whether Konami decides to make that particular archetype powerful, right? You could have gambled on Rescue Ace becoming good, but if they didn't print the level 1 fire support randomly, you would have spent your money on useless cards, right? Pretty much, you know, because Rescue Ace, if they didn't make the support and if they didn't make the other cards, it would not have helped at all. If you top an event with Mathmech, I will send you an ulti Kurikara. I would just buy myself an ulti Kurikara before I would ever do that. No, we don't have a deal. I respectfully decline your offer, but thank you. But yeah, anyways, this is like, it's reasonable to ask me of what I think of an archetype right now. But asking me if I think an archetype is going to be good in the future is kind of pointless because I'm in the same situation. I would have to guess whether they print support cards for it. Right? Like, I don't know. I don't know if they're going to make broken Valmonica support. I don't know if they're going to make broken Memento support. I have no idea. If they will, then yeah, it's going to be viable. But all I can do, the best I can do is I can look at the cards that we know we're getting, and I can tell you whether I think they're viable in this state or not. Which I'm gonna take tomorrow to evaluate that a little bit more. Now, I was mostly planning on looking at Centurion because I think Centurion is the more, let's say, more potent kind of strategy out of Valiant Smashers. Like, basically, my impression, once again, first impression before having tested the decks in detail, right? Keep that in mind. Grain of salt. Centurion seems playable right out of this pack, right? Like, without further custom card support or whatever like that, Centurion seems playable to me. How good exactly remains to be seen, right? Like, playable could mean Tier 1, playable could mean somewhere in Tier 2, playable could mean somewhere in Tier 3, could top a regional, but not guaranteed, right? That's something I need to figure out for myself. That is something we're going to try tomorrow. We're going to look at the Centurion cards in more detail tomorrow. We're going to build a deck with it for the TCG, and we're going to play and put it to the test against some of the current meta decks, right? And then maybe we have a better picture of how it's going to work, right? That's my impression of Centurion, right? As they are releasing, they are playable. Valmonica and Memento, I don't believe are meta relevant in the current state that they are being released in, right? Right out of Valiant Smashers, all the cards that we have at that point, I don't think they make a deck that is powerful enough to be considered a meta contender, right? So yeah, that is my current state on Valmonica, Memento, and Centurion. But once again, I need to be more informed. I need to be more informed before I make more of a statement. Thank you for the 6 months. Appreciate that. And especially when it comes to predicting future support, you know, like it's arbitrary. It literally, from in all the years that I've played this game, it feels arbitrary. There are archetypes out there that have great potential, but then they are just left behind. You know, I'm looking at Libromancer, for example. Libromancer has a lot of freaking good cards in it, and if they had printed real support for it, it would have been a really powerful deck, but they didn't. They chose not to. Then again, you look at Pearly, which also had a couple of decent cards at release, and they decided to give them the most custom cards ever, right? So it's arbitrary. It's literally arbitrary. All right. Enough with the openings. Let's just look at the list. Let's just go. Let's just get it over with. Let's just get it over with. You guys said there is 5 Centurion Ultras. Let me double check. So I believe Ultra is the golden thingy on the side here on Card Cluster. So we have Combined Creation as an Ultra, Anguish as an Ultra, and Bone Party as an Ultra. So 3 Memento Ultras. We have Centurion Primera, Centurion Shudea, which are both 3 ofs. We have Emeth, which is a 1 to 2 of, I think. We have Centurion Legatia, which I think... Actually, let me pull this... let me quickly, just for some context, let me pull the YCS Japan list back up, just to have some context for Centurion. Centurion, they played 3 of this, which are both Ultras, 2 of this, which is an Ultra, 3 of this, which is a Super, 3 of this, which I think this is Emblema Oath. Yes, that is a 3 of also. This 1 of is a super rare. This Trap, I believe, is a super rare. And Legatia is a 2 of. Okay, so in total, if you are looking to play Centurion from Valiant Smashers, you need 3, 6... Let's just say you need 2 of this, just for simplicity's sake. 6, 8, 10, 13 Ultras. You need 13 Ultras from Valiant Smashers. How many did you need for Vanquish Soul? You needed 3 Raisin, 3 Stake Your Soul, 3 Madlove. That's 9. 2 to 3, let's say 3 Borger, that's 12. 2 Valius, that's 14. A Pantera, that's 15. 3 Rocks, that's 18. Okay, Vanquish Soul was worse than this. Vanquish Soul was certainly worse than this, but that doesn't make this good. It doesn't make this, like, great. But on the... I mean... On the other hand, chat, what did we expect? Like, let's be real here. With the freaking rarity distribution in this set, what did you want to be ultra rare? Like, Memento cards? Are you more happy pulling Memento cards out of this box? Or, like, Valmonica Ultras out of this box? I don't know, man. Like, there's 10 Ultras total. There's 3 archetypes. So the average is, like, 3 to 4 per archetype. So, Memento gets 3, which is about average. Valmonica gets 2, which is slightly under average, and then Centurion gets 5, which is like, it's the best archetype in the set. Right? It's the best archetype in the set. If they wanted it to be more distributed, I guess they could have gone 3-3-4, right? They could have gone 3-3 for the 2 bad archetypes and then 4 for Centurion. They decided to go 2-3-5, which is like, you know, it's not like, I'm not saying it's awesome, but I'm like, it's definitely better than what happened with Vanquish Soul. And it's like, if I'm looking at the overall cards in the set, it's like reasonable. It's definitely way better than, like, what was Vanquish Soul 1, 2, and 7? I think it was 7, right? 7 Ultras for Vanquish Soul. Rock, Raisin, Stake, Caesar, Madlove, Borger, and Pantera. Yeah, it was 7. the pre-release prices for this are higher than Vanquish Souls were. First of all, from my experience, pre-sale prices are way too high 99% of the time. So you shouldn't pay that much attention to it. Second of all, I think it might just be because this archetype is like more anticipated than Vanquish Soul, right? Vanquish Soul was, everyone knew Vanquish Soul was going to be exactly what it is, which is like a tier 2 strategy, right? It's like it's a tier 2 deck, period, and everyone knew that, right? So it's like, for Centurion, people are expecting it to be a little bit more powerful, which could be true, but it could also fall off, right? It could be like, we have a lot of strong decks in Yu-Gi-Oh right now. If Centurion doesn't like come onto the scene in like with a bang, then those cards are gonna drop as well. Now, if it performs really well, then it's gonna obviously go up at some point. But you simply don't know that, right? People think it's good, so that's why the prices are high in pre-sale. I think that's what I think. Also, where else should the value be in this set? You know, the Valmonicas are not gonna carry it. The Mementos are not gonna carry it. So I feel like if they made like 3 or 4 Memento Ultras and 3 or 4 Valmonica Ultras, people would have complained about that. You know, people would have complained about, oh, I'm gonna open a box. You already only pull 3 Ultras, and you don't have a guaranteed collectors or a guaranteed quarter century. Like, if your Ultras are not Centurions, at least one of them, it's gonna feel shit, right? Why buy this over Rarity Collection, though? I mean, I understand what you mean. Rarity Collection is a better set than this set, but they are different, right? They are different because this is new cards for Yu-Gi-Oh! Like, there's new cards in here. The Rarity Collection is only reprints, so there's different motivation for getting these cards, right? Deck build sets just feel bad to open, period. I agree with you. I'm not saying they're not awful to open, and that is a problem in itself. Right, that is a problem in itself that they should look at, is like certain Yu-Gi-Oh products just feel way worse to open than others, which is potentially an issue for how these sets perform then, right? Why make the other 2 archetypes bad? Well, I mean, I don't know. You cannot design broken archetypes every single time. I don't know what their intention was, if they wanted to make them good or not, but you know, there's different reasons for that. I hope that they will see how often the Rarity Collection was bought and change how they make sets. See, that is basically the best we can do, right? The best we can do is hope that they that like the sets that we think are good because we like the rarity distribution and so on and so forth, that those sets perform better than these sets, and that they take note from that and maybe change something over the course of the next couple of years. Now, I will say, the fact that we even got the Rarity Collection was progress, right? They tried something with the Rarity Collection. I hope it worked out. Of course, I don't have their freaking numbers, but judging from the community reception, judging from what I'm seeing from like thousands of people in Twitch chat, and the people that have like commented or, you know, I talked to or whatever, everyone was a fan of the Rarity Collection. Everyone has enjoyed opening it. Everyone is hyped for the cards. Everyone is hyped about the set. So I can just assume that the set is going to be a success for them, right? Way more than Legendary Duelist Soul Burning Volcano or Valiant Smashers, right? Which I'm not saying Valiant Smashers is a bad set. The Centurion cards are good, and Valiant Smashers is the only way you can get the Centurion cards. So, go figure, right? Like, this set will have to be opened if people want to play Centurion, right? But it is definitely not as exciting of a set overall, right? And I don't know if, I do not know if the Centurion archetype can carry the entire weight of this product, right? Anyways, that's the Ultra Rares for Valiant Smashers. We have, what is this, Collector's Rare? The blue? Blue is Collector's, no, it's hard to tell the difference between quarter century and collectors here. It might even be... Is this the same color? Is this the same color? I think it's the same color. It's not even hard. It's not hard to tell the difference. It's impossible to tell the difference. Okay. So... God damn it. Addy Sean, thank you for the 2 months. Appreciate that. Christia is quarter century, you say. Okay. Christia quarter century is gonna be a banger. Change from list mode. Oh, okay. Okay, that solved it very nicely. I don't know why they didn't do that in the other one. Okay. Quarter century secret rare. We have Christia, which is nice because Christia had one high rarity print, and I think secret rare Christia, if you wanted to bling out an Edison deck, secret rare Christia is insanely expensive. So now you have one other option at least. You know, whether you like it more or not is a different question, but it's probably going to be more affordable. Like a first ed Christia was like 600 plus or something like that. Like non first edition was less, but still like hundreds. Still hundreds. Then we have the Centurion as a quarter century. We have the big Memento as a quarter century, which is going to be the worst out of the three, of course. We have Collector's Rare as well. Memento, Centurion, Valmonica. So the Collector's Rares are just of the new archetypes, which is it really only 5? Or do we simply not know all of them? I feel like there was more. Maybe we simply don't know yet. 5 out of 15, yeah. I wasn't sure if maybe because we get quarter centuries, we get less collectors. But I remember it always being more than 5. Now, what else would you want as like collector's rare reprints? I mean, we don't need... Tikaboo already has collector's rare. I'm assuming Baguska. Baguska would be kind of sick. I mean, I hate Baguska, but hey, I'm down for like collector's rare Baguska. You know, I'd be less mad. I'd be less mad if I get collector's rare Baguska. You guys know Colossal Fighter is my favorite card, so if there's a collector's rare Colossal Fighter, I'm here for it. Terraforming doesn't have a collector's rare yet, so that's nice. Foolish doesn't have a collector's rare yet, so that would be nice. You know, Dogwood, not everyone's favorite card, but does Dogwood have a high rare print? Was there a Starlight Dogwood? No, right? It didn't have any fancy prints, so maybe that's why they wanna... It has an alternative art, but all of the Ghost Sisters do, right? So that's nothing special. Most of the Ghost Sisters have some sort of fancy print, except for Dogwood, so maybe that's why they might want to make it a collector's rare. Because it's not as powerful and not as popular as the others, so giving it like a main set Starlight doesn't make as much sense. But making it a collector's in a side set would be like reasonable, I guess. You know? But yeah, I mean, that's Valiant Smashers for you. Honestly, I am not a vendor. I am not huge into opening a whole lot of packs. So I'm gonna withdraw now. Like, I feel like we've talked enough about the set as like, is it a good set or not? What we're gonna do next, well, not next, we're gonna do that tomorrow. The one thing that I think I can judge is how good the cards are outside of their rarities and whatnot. So we're gonna test Centurion tomorrow. We're gonna play Centurion. Maybe we're also gonna try Valmonica and Memento. It depends how long it takes to try Centurion. We're gonna give those decks a try tomorrow, and then we're gonna know better on whether the decks are actually good for the format. Because I'm gonna be honest with you, if Centurion doesn't perform, then no one is forced to care about this, right? No one is forced to care about the set if the decks aren't performing, right? Like, for example, Vanquish Soul. If you hate that they made Vanquish Soul expensive by giving it 7 ultra rares, you can be mad about it, but you're not forced to play it at all. It's a tier 2 deck. If you don't want to play Vanquish Soul, if you don't want to spend the money, if you don't agree with the way they printed Vanquish Soul, just don't play it, right? So, and that honestly is the only good thing about the entire situation with Vanquish Soul, is that we are not forced to play the cards, right? We are not, it's not a pay to win situation. It's a pay to have fun, I guess, with Vanquish Soul, you know, which is much more acceptable, I guess. Right? So for Centurion, we're gonna test it tomorrow and see if it actually holds up to the hype, I guess. I would say there's a decent amount of hype to Centurion. Like, people definitely are aware that it's the best archetype in this set, and they are looking forward to it. So we're gonna try it tomorrow. There are some simple Centurion combos in Road of the King. I will probably look at that before stream tomorrow, so I have it prepared for the stream tomorrow. All right. And that's Valiant Smashers. I mean, I guess 1 in chat if you are hyped for Valiant Smashers, 2 in chat if you're not, just for some scientific research. Bro, there's not a single one. Okay, now there's a 1. Holy crap, okay. I feel like that's an issue in itself. I feel like that is something... I feel like that is an issue in itself that Konami needs to look at in the future when it comes to these side sets. The fact that they just don't create as much hype as they should, you know? Like, the thing is, introducing kind of like some more archetypes would be fine. But then the one thing I guess that bothers me about these is that they feel much more, as a Yugi boomer, these feel, when I see the openings of these, they remind me much more of like Duelist packs back in the day, right? Anyone here remember Duelist packs? Am I the only boomer that remembered Duelist packs? And Duelist packs also didn't have a whole lot of hits in it, and they weren't like insane, but they had a couple of new solid cards. But the reason why it was okay, and now buckle up, the reason why Duelist packs were fine was because they were cheaper. Simple as that, right? The Duelist pack was, what was it, like $2? Maybe 3? I don't remember exactly. Duelist, they were significantly cheaper. Like $2.50. Yeah, I think $2.50 was what it was usually, right? Depending on where you got them. But it was like significantly cheaper. And at that point, you were like, okay, well, I pull worse than from a main set, but I'm also paying less, so it's fine. The side sets, they are almost, I think they're almost the same price as main sets, right? And so it's like, it's weird. It doesn't feel appropriate. Anyways, okay, enough. Stop. Let's stop ranting. Let's stop ranting. It is what it is. We, as Yu-Gi-Oh players, have no choice but to deal with these kind of new cards, you know, because if they are meta relevant, we have no choice but to get them in some fashion, you know. I will say, whenever this is the case, whenever a set is like this, you're probably just better off getting the singles. Even though Centurion cards are probably going to be somewhat expensive in the beginning, you're definitely going to spend less on the Centurion cards as singles than opening all the boxes until you have the Centurion cards, right? So, you know, if a set doesn't look great to open, it's always smarter to get the singles, even though some of them are more expensive. All right. Speaking of opening packs, Master segue. There's a new pack coming to Master Duel. Also, speaking of side sets, ironically, Vanquish Soul, one of my favorite archetypes of the recent years, is coming to Master Duel. Not in a month, not in a couple weeks, in 2 days. 2 days for Vanquish Soul to hit Master Duel. With a selection pack called Singularity Warrior. the cards are going to be released on the exact same day that we're going to get the ban list, I believe. The ban list is probably going to... the ban list is probably going to... is dropping November 9th as well again. And I think... Look, this... I don't know... This is the cards that they announced in-game. They announced Firewall, Dragon, Singularity. They announced Caesar Valius, they announced Raisin, they announced Bale Grill de Nouvelle, and they announced another Nouvelle restaurant at table. I don't know how confirmed this is, but I heard that the data miners have... it's word on the street is that we're getting Jiao Long as well. Word on the street is we're getting Jiao Long too. Which I don't know if it's true or not, but that would make a big difference. That would make a big, big difference. I don't know if it's confirmed. I don't know if it's an educated guess. I don't know if it's whatever. No idea. But it would be wild if that was true. But I do not actually know. I do not actually know, but it would be huge. Either way, even if we don't get it, still, Vanquish Soul would be playable, I think. I mean, the cool thing about Vanquish Soul is, for Master Duel specifically, Max C is a card that, of course, Vanquish Soul special summons a decent amount, but I think Max C usually benefits it more than it hurts it, because, of course, Vanquish Soul isn't the most combo deck out there. You know, if your opponent has Max C, you're like, okay, well, I guess I'll special summon maybe once and then pass, and play a little bit on your turn. The other thing is Max C is good for Vanquish Soul, of course, because it's also an Earth monster, so you can reveal it for your effects before you discard it, which is nice. You can show your opponent the Max C and put the fear of God in them before you even drop it on them, which is nice. That is cool. One other thing is that I think Vanquish Soul is... right now in Master Duel, the reason why I'm so hyped for it is not only because I like it, but because I also think it could actually be good. Because there's a lot of cards that are good in Vanquish Soul right now that seem really strong in the format. Like, for example, I mean, Ash and Maxi are the obvious ones, but I'm looking at cards like Kurikara, right? Kurikara is a card that has great synergy with Vanquish Soul because of Stake Your Soul, because of reveal for their effects, but it's also really strong against two of the most played decks in Master Duel right now, which are Pearly and Kashtira. There Can Be Only One is really, really strong against Labyrinth, for example, and it's also really good in Vanquish Soul. Ghost Bell is insane against Labyrinth, and it's a good hand trap to play in Vanquish Soul because it's an Earth monster that you can reveal for your effects, right? And so on and so forth. Like, even the random, like, you can play the Bistials in it, which are fine right now. Like, there's a lot of wiggle room you have when it comes to non-engine for Vanquish Soul that is just really, really good into the format, right? And that is something that Vanquish Soul, that is required for Vanquish Soul to be good, by the way. Like, Vanquish Soul is a deck where its engine, as fun and grindy as it is, a fun and grindy engine doesn't win you Yu-Gi-Oh games on its own in 2023, right? That's just not what it is anymore, right? Just a deck isn't good anymore just because it's fun and grindy, right? A deck like that with an engine like this, it needs, like, Vanquish Soul is hard, like 50% it's carried by its non-engine, right? And if the non-engine you can play in Vanquish Soul right now is really good in the format, then it's solid for Vanquish Soul. And I think that is the case for Master Duel right now. So even if Vanquish Soul was bad right now in Master Duel, I would still play it at release because I just enjoy the deck a lot. I think it's a super fun deck and I like it a lot. I like the design a lot. But I don't even think it's bad. I think it could be solid. I think it's looking decent in the current Master Duel environment, and that's why I think we're gonna have a great time on Thursday. We're gonna be here on Thursday. Now, I don't know how many Vanquish Soul cards are gonna be Ultra, because they already listed Raisin and Valius as Ultras. I cannot imagine. Like, I think Stake Your Soul and the Rock are also, like, at minimum, I'm expecting 4. At minimum. Which is unfortunate because I don't think I have many gems right now. I think it's going to be another situation where the Thursday stream is probably going to cost me more money than I'm going to make during the stream. Like, probably, most likely. 99% the Thursday stream is going to be more expensive than what I earned that day, so whatever. But it's fine. I will not regret it one bit. I will not regret it. It's going to be fine. Pepega credits. Save your Pepega credits for Thursday. You're probably going to need them. You're probably going to need your Pepega credits on Thursday. Have you done the Omega LOL difficult Master Duel card guesser in-game yet? I saw some memes of that on Twitter. I didn't know that was a thing that was actually in-game. Like, yeah, I saw this one. This one I saw. Which is, this one is just, this is comedy, right? This has to be comedy. There's like no way. They have to know, right? That has to be on purpose. It absolutely has to be on purpose. There's no shot. There's new animation for Super Poly and the new UI and settings as well. Okay. Should we do the quiz? Let's do the quiz. Let's do the quiz real quick. Why not? Let me boot it up. I probably have to update. Oops. One gigabyte update? Wait, it's a gigabyte update? Oh my god, it's actually a gigabyte. Monka speed. Stare. Stare. You need to duel to do the quiz. Wait, what? To do more than 4 questions of the quiz, you have to duel. Do I get something for doing the quiz? Well, I mean, we can just do 4 questions and then call it a day, dude. I didn't plan to do some... We have some other stuff to do today. No, don't slow down on me. Legacy tickets. Oh, God, yes, legacy tickets. Now, I'm gonna be honest with you, chat. As much as I love Sprite, I am not crafting a Shadow Mosquito. I'm waiting until I pull that. Until I pull it in a legacy pack. If it might take until the year 2028 until I can play. You know. Wait, what is this? What does this mean? Click it. It's the quiz. MD Proficiency Test. Academic exam. Answer 2 out of 3 questions correctly to pass. Okay, no help. No help. That was hard. That was hard. I'm glad they put a give up button in the top, you know, and explanations. Question. What is the name of this card? Answer. Blue Eyes White Dragon. Explanation. Okay, thank you. Wait, okay, why does this one include all 4? Why does this one include all 4 and this one doesn't? Okay, anyways. Sick. Practical exam. Currently challenging. In order to pass the proficiency test, the following conditions must be met. Compete in a duel. Bro, nah, I'll do that. I'll do it. I want to do it. I need to. I need to know what happens. We're playing a game of Yu-Gi-Oh right now. Hold up. We're playing... you know what we're playing. Bro, you need fast? No, bro, I don't need fast. Foggers. Okay, I think it's Labyrinth. Ooh, that's a different animation. Ooh, that makes it hard. That makes it easier to see how many cards your opponent banishes. That's not bad. Lot of triple tacticsing going on. Oh, I don't know if I played that. What is this? It's probably better if you have like a lot of options, right? It's like with two, it doesn't make a difference. Big welcome. All right. Sure. Useful for snow banishes. Oh yeah, something like that. I could really imagine. Yeah, I could imagine. Since this is draw phase, I'm gonna pitch my talents because I don't think they're gonna trigger it. And if I pitch one thrust and then they hit the other thrust, I'm gonna be sad. What rank is this? I think we're Master 5 or something like that. I don't know. Maybe Master 4. I don't remember. That sucks so much, man. All right, well. I guess we killed a lovely. I could goods for more engine, but what's the point of more engine right now? They have a... If they have a thingy... Hold up. Look at this. It's not looking great. Bro. Extravagance, Ash, Maxi, big welcome, Imprim. Noted. Oh, God Gamer hand, man. Cool. Actual God Gamer. It doesn't count if I scoop, right? For the thingy, you said I can't scoop. I have to literally I have to let him do it to me. Oh man. I have to let him do it to me. Oh my god. Oh, stop. I'm already dead, man. Oh my god. I think the last card in hand was probably Nib, and then they top decked Extrav into Furniture plus Ariana. No, Kuklok plus Ariana. Good lord, man. How? I have never drawn like that. Summon it! What are you doing? Clock was in opener because he said it. He could have set the Ash. That is the guy that got second in Japan. I mean, I am not surprised if that's true. I am not at all surprised if that's true because, I mean, I would have gotten second in Japan with those hands. I would have gotten second in Japan with that. I probably would have gotten... I'll go a step further. I'll go a step further. With these kind of draws, I may have gotten first in Japan. How about that? You thought about that? I think that was a hand. I think it was a bad performance. I'll say it. I think if you draw like this and you get second in Japan, I think there's a problem. I think it's a skill issue. I hate to break it to you. Where's that post of the guy claiming Konami gives Japanese players better hands? Link him this clip. Clip it and link him that. The tinfoil will never be able to be removed from their head. After they see this video, the tinfoil hat is glued on. You cannot remove it. Maybe they're onto something. Bro, I can't scoop. I need it. Oh my god, this is comedy, by the way. If you ever wondered what comedy is, this is comedy. This is comedy. Honorable Sunflower. Now, if you don't just attack me, and instead play the game, I'm gonna be pissed. Okay. God damn. Cue the sad music. Ooh, new thingy. Okay. Chat, we're getting closer and closer to leaving open beta with Master Duel, it feels like. Anyone else notice that? Anyone else notice we're moving closer and closer for the game to be ready? Clear condition. Okay, I passed it. Boom. Clear condition. Normal summon a monster. 3. Okay, this is definitely harder than... Yeah, okay, it's way harder. It's way harder than the first one. Oof. Actually rough. Actually rough. Okay, hold up. This one actually... Wait, is this alpha or beta? No one tell me. I think it's beta? Okay. I was making fun of it. I didn't know for sure. Which of the following statements correctly describes the number of cards in your main deck? You may not have more than 40 cards. Well, this is technically, if you ask pro players, more than, okay. Technically, the first one was also true if you ask pro players, you know? You show a pro players a 41 card deck, you know. Normal summon a monster 3 times. Okay, what deck do I play? Don't say flu. I know you're gonna say flu. Don't say flu. We're not gonna play flu just to get the thing done fast. No. We're not gonna commit I'm not gonna commit a crime just to get to level 2 in the proficiency test, chat. Why would I commit a crime for that? Okay, what deck? I mean, unironically, if we play Runic Naturia for 3 normal summons, it's gonna be literally 2 hours. Roughly. NR Yosenju? Do I just go... Does it count if I go to, does it count if I go to, like, unranked? And I just put all the Yosenjus into my thingy? No, it has to be ranked! Oh my god, it has to be ranked. Okay. Trap Tricks normal summons twice. Trap Tricks also takes roughly 2,000 ultra rares. We're playing... What are we playing? I'm not playing Flu. I don't even have Flu, I don't think. But even then, like, the thing is, if I could do something like, chat, give me 1,000 subs right now and I'll play Flu and I'll probably get it. And you guys are telling me I should do it for free. No. Not gonna happen. I mean, whatever. I don't care. This deck normal summons. I've normal summoned. Normal summon. I'm not gonna normal summon Maxi. Bro, can you add? I'm on a mission here. Oh, it's tier. I see. nice normal summon, you have no idea what Sacred Tree does, right? Wait until you find out. Wait until you find out. Unless they make a Rice Art, in which I stand corrected. Never mind. Nice normal summon. Meta Noise. Meta Noise is annoying. Okay, 5 in hand. Unicorn, Meta Noise. 2 sets. I kind of don't want to get meta noised on my Hugin. Being meta noised, getting meta noised on Hugin is kind of annoying. Do we flashing fire the kick close? I don't think so. I don't think so. I think we just try to find a way. Like, we can Runic Destruction for the 50-50. We can Runic Destruction for the 50-50. And we can also, technically, we can just play under being meta noised, I think. Worst case. Chat, left or right? Left or right? 1 for left, 2 for right. There's way more ones. We've been deceived. We've been deceived. Now half of chat can say, we told you. And the other half should feel bad. They shuffled Wraiths off back into the deck. You've got to be kidding me. And now you have to discard Havness. Oh my. Okay. I mean, on another note, that means we know what the back row is, which is also valuable, right? That's the good thing about missing the 50-50 is we know what to expect. Like, there's no crazy shenanigans, no crime we have to play around or anything like that. The thing about this meta noise is that it doesn't really do anything, right? Like, I mean, they send something, but what do they even fuse into? Like, they don't want to fuse away their Rulkalos. Oh, okay. No, we didn't normal summon. Oh my god, come on, man. We didn't normal summon yet. Oh my god. Why did they just leave, man? Oh. Okay, lightning speed normal summon. Normal summon frame 1. Boom. 1. It's been done. It's been done. Okay. It feels like the things are popping up faster, like the search windows and stuff like that. Is it just me? They are, yeah. Okay. Imperm is nasty here. This person is a criminal. What? We have normal summon. We have normal summon. We just need to remember, if we lose, we should not, we can't concede. Yeah. Okay, we can do three normal summons in one game. I'm pretty sure we can do 3 normal summons in the same game. No problem here. Do I just summon a freaking Nat Beast? I feel like I do. I'm gonna keep Maxi for normal summoning. You could make some deck with Morganite and normal summon twice a turn. See, the thing is, yes, you're right, I could. On the other hand, I mean, we only have to do 2 more normal summons. The time it takes me to build a real deck for doing 2 normal summons, I could just, you know, play normal games and it's gonna be fine. Rose is actually annoying because that means they can Zeke my my Nat Beast, right? But it's gonna give me a lot of draws. Because currently the Engage, I mean, they have literally 1 card. Also, it's gonna come back, right? It's next end phase. It just comes back. Sure. Does popping Rose trigger Ray Engrave? No, but I mean, it's... What are you doing? Draw 2, I assume? Okay, that's 1 spell in the grave. That is one hell of a spell. Okay, what are you? Why are you? Why am I getting cooked? What is this Imperm Ash Talon's Thrust memento? But they can only set here. Did Josh see the new OCG rule update in Master Duel? Did they change the Talons ruling? Okay. Should have helped Maxi for normal summon glues. I mean, we can still, we can go Blessing, Revive Camellia, summon, Ascend 3, search another normal summon. What changed? If you go, for example, Talons to take, your opponent chains IP Masquerena to summon Unicorn. If you take the Unicorn, you can now activate it. Your opponent cannot. Which used to be different. With something, or like Talons to take and the chain branded in red to summon a Guardian Chimera. Yada, yada, yada. Did you react to the Link 4 Striker? Yes, yes, we looked at it earlier. And it's not going to change my life. Would you believe it? So the thing is, we're just out here drawing cards. And they apparently... Okay. We have two options here. We can either pop the card that we know is Imperm, or we can pop the card that we don't know. I think it might be a pop the unknown first angle, and then we can use another destruction on the one that we do know. Because we know this one, we know that next turn destruction on Imperm is like no risk, pretty much. Okay, that's 2 engages in hand. It was Widow Anchor. Hog. The banish is really nice. The fact that you see the cards is a very good quality of life. Okay, now do me a favor and don't scoop before I have normal summoned. Please. It's not even the best play right now, but I'm gonna Camellia for Sacred Tree for a normal summon. I'm normal summoning with the quick... No, let me normal summon! Boom. 2 out of 3. 2 out of 3. Poggers. We don't have normals left in the deck. Yeah, I don't think we can do the last normal summon this game. Do we allow a Ray? Sure, have a ray. Ooh, normal summon acquired. Normal summon acquired. Okay, how do I trish this individual like this? Now we just need to live a turn. Well, like, we're winning this game, but they need to not surrender. But I think they might, because we get back the Nat Beast. Don't surrender! Please! Let me normal summon! Maybe they also need to... Maybe they can't surrender. No! Oh my god. Okay, one more. Just one more normal summon, and we can answer more questions. No, Pack, how you doing? I heard the community was not being very nice. I heard the community was being a little bit weird about it. Okay, we're normal summoning no matter what. If you go for some stupid ass Labyrinth combo and then you snipe my only normal summon with Lovely Labyrinth, I'm gonna... No, it's Wanderees, man. You cannot use that to draw. Okay. The Tokan. Chain Robina? No. How do they know? How do they know? It's not fair. They're on the same mission? They might be. They might be on the same quest. They might be on the same quest, and they finished it turn 1. They finished it turn 1, but I have principles, chat. I have morals and standards and all that stuff. So we cannot be like they are. It's impossible. We can't do it. Says the stun player. The stun player? Anyways, you're timed out. Alright, nothing here matters because we do have a normal summon. So even if we lose, it's gonna be fine. We would cook them so hard if we just if they didn't have maxi. They would be so done, man. It's actually frustrating. It's actually frustrating because the things we would do to this individual are like unheard of. Please give me some runic quick, please. For the love of God. Okay, thank you. Oh, yeah. I could trigger this, but like under maxi. I mean, I think we're still winning actually. So the question here is, do I freezing curses right now? I don't think so. No, I think I wait for the Eglin. We go for this. Okay, don't make fun of me for saying Eglin pack, Mr. Vernusyphilis, okay? Stop right there. Ooh! Ooh, Avian Banished is insane. Can we get the Reza too? No. Fog. We didn't normal summon? We did. We normal summoned Mole Cricket. I mean, we're still cooking them. It's like, it's actually insane. It's actually disgusting. It's actually unethical. The insane thing is, if I just Karma Cannon, if I Karma Cannon, they, if they tribute the birds face down, they are banished. But I do think I want to let them kill my sunflower, so I can blessing it back. I don't want it face down. Run it, do it. Kill it. Kill that too. That one. That one. They can just flip some. Well, not the ones that have already attacked. That's why I'm thinking about letting them attack with all of them. Like, I'm just thinking about letting them attack with all of them and then just, like, losing my board and then using Karma Cannon later, maybe. Oh. So the Empen attacks, I'm gonna take the Empen. And on the Robina attack, I might Karma Cannon here. I might Karma Cannon here. Beep, 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 beep. Okay, Robina, Eglin, and some rando over here. Another Eglin. Okay. Eglin, Sheen, Eglin. Chain. Chain. Because of what I did, they have no more face-up birds. So if they tribute 2 birds here, because they already used Eglin in banished pile, they cannot chain block this Ryza. They cannot chain block this Ryza. Yeah, because they both go to the graveyard. So yeah, chain link 1 this Ryza. I dare you. Go on. Do it. Easy clap. Don't they have Trapping Grave? Oh, does that work? I felt like that was opponent's turn. Oh, okay, they're chain blocking it. Okay, never mind. That's fine. I chatted. I did a little bit of chatting. Okay, what did I target? Sunflower, Mole Cricket, and Fountain. So we chain... Well, we activate this. And we activate this. And we activate this. I mean, it's main phase 2. Still, we're fine. We have a Mole Cricket face down that we can use. So let's grab a Camellia. So what is top of deck now? A Sunflower. Well, no, it's not. It's shuffled. Random. Oh. I thought we drew Sunflower for a second, but that's also really bad because we have less targets for Cricket now. Thank God Mole Cricket can summon Mole Cricket. Actually, this... I'm feeling aggressive on Sunflower right now. It's an aggressive Sunflower angle. Do you have Trish? I do. I'm Trishing this individual, yeah, don't worry. If you banish Reza, can they get it back? I don't think they can, right? There's no card that does that. The funny thing is, Tokan and Stree are both in the graveyard, which means that they also, unless they play multiples, they can't get those back. I'll just banish, well, not a flu monster, that's for sure. I'll banish Goldsark. Because why not? And we banish Eglin from hand. Okay, cool. Well, it's taken a while. It wasn't planned. I didn't plan to play Master Duel at all today, but I kind of wanted to do the thing, and now we've been here and we've been playing Runic Materia for a while, but I don't regret anything. I regret nothing. I'm pissed. Coral Dragon. Do I have another Geary? No. I do not have another Geary. Don't you take out the Empen? I think we do. Yeah, this is the Empen, right? Yeah, this is the Empen. We do want to take out the Empen. You guys have no idea how it feels to be the best at Runic, right? You guys don't know how that feels. You wouldn't understand. You would not understand. I don't even know if they have a win condition anymore, outside of decking me out. I don't think they do. I don't think they have a tribute monster anymore, even, maybe. Oh my god! Probably one more Ryza. Do they play 2 Ryzas? Usually. Now, that was one way to achieve 3 normal summons. I think that was probably, potentially, the best way to do 3 normal summons. I couldn't think of a better, more enjoyable way to do 3 normal summons. Sure, go ahead. Evenly. Max C. Okay, cool. Enjoy. Enjoy those cards. Enjoy that evenly matched. Oh my god, you're gonna feel so... You're gonna be so sad. Oh my god, you're so sad right now. Oh my god. Oh my... Oh my god. Oh no. No, man. I am taking the rest of your deck. Go. Go, brother. That felt good. That felt good. Practical exam passed. Hoggers. We did pass the practical exam. All right, let's see how proficient we are. Ooh, legacy tickets. Honestly, I didn't even need legacy tickets. The rewards were already. Okay. Ooh, we got more. Wait, there's how many levels are there, man? I was planning to. Thank you for the 8 months. Wait, 5. Yeah, okay. That one was actually not that easy. In the Steam Dinosaurs, which of the following is mentioned as playing a role in preventing the rivers from flooding? What? How am I supposed to know? Anyway, I knew that. Easy question. What is the name of this card? Ferocious. Bro, there's no way anyone has played the Dinomist solo mode. Are we giving up on the YCS recap then? Well, I mean, we'll see. Clear condition, activate a trap, activate a spell. Dude, how long is this? How long is the proficiency exam? How many steps are there? 10? 10 levels. Okay, we can't do it. We can't possibly do all of it today then. Check the level 9 reward. I can't move forward on the right, the thingy. I can't click it. I don't know what you get. But we're gonna do it at some point. Just do it with Vanquish Soul in 2 days. Yeah, you know what? That's fine. Okay. We might potentially move the YCS recap or like the format talk to tomorrow a little bit. Even though I feel like it's probably not going to take that long. We'll see. Because I have just received my lunch. And we're going to watch the 2011 recap. Hold up. About revisions of effect resolutions in the Yu-Gi-Oh! OCG. In accordance with a ruling change in the OCG, the following changes have been implemented. Rules about flip summoning a monster and resummoning a Gemini monster. Okay. Bro, flip summoning and Gemini. This is not Edison, dude. Rules of the effects that are applied activated each time a condition is met. If the condition of an effect that is applied activated each time, such as that effect of Kashtira Shangri-Ira, are met multiple times during a single effect resolution, the effect will be applied activated for the number of times the condition is met. Okay, so if in one chain, multiple cards are banished face down in the same, like if you go chaining one Fenrir, chaining 2 Unicorn to banish face down, you get to lock 2 zones with Shangri-Ira now. Okay. Rules when a monster that met the conditions of a trigger effect has its control changed before the effect is activated. If a monster that met the condition of a trigger effect has its control changed before that effect activates, the controller at the time of the effect activation will or can activate at its effect. Okay, so Talents take, chain IP, summon Unicorn. The player that activated Talents took the Unicorn, can now activate Unicorn's effect. Noted. Rules when monsters will be destroyed in battle. If a monster is destroyed, its card name, type, attribute, attack, defense level will not change from when the monster would be destroyed in battle according to the damage calculation until it leaves the field. Card name will not change from when... Okay. I mean, outside of the... I mean, I guess this one is somewhat relevant, and this one is very relevant for Triple Tactics Talents. It makes the card a lot stronger. It does make the card a decent amount stronger. Okay. Yeah, the proficiency thing, honestly, I think it's kind of fun, even though of course the questions are very, at this point, very simple, but it's fun. We're gonna finish it on Thursday when Vanquish Soul comes out, but yeah, it's fun. All right, so Like I said, I didn't originally plan to do any Master Duel today. I just wanted to check out this proficiency test because of this this little meme with the maxi. So okay, now we know what that is, and we will finish it on Thursday. All right, now, like I said, I have just obtained my lunch, which means we're gonna now move on to something I've been waiting to do for a couple days. We're gonna do the Yu-Gi-Oh 2011 recap. The Law Yugioh has been in the chamber and has been finishing up these videos hella quick, so we got 2011 to go through. Now this thing is 1 hour and 6 minutes. We're gonna watch it at like 1.25 or whatever. But that is a I'm prepared for the situation. Hold up. It's a Blankies angle. People blanket. People blanket. We're doing the 2011 recap, everybody. Grab yourself some snacks. Grab yourself some your blanket, a cup of tea maybe, and we're you know, make yourself comfortable. We're back in the year 2011.
Leaving 2010 and entering 2011, the 5Ds era was nearing its peak. Hidden Arsenal 3 at the end of the previous year introduced many new tools to the format, none of which have had an opportunity.
Some people these days argue that Yu-Gi-Oh has peaked in 2010, 2011. How about that? I don't agree with it, but some people do say that. I've heard people say that.
To shine as of yet, with no event at the end of 2010 to showcase them. In the meantime, 2011
What is this site? It's called YouTube.
and would begin rather slowly at first, receiving a Shonen Jump promo to start the year off with the legalization printing of the Winged Dragon of Ra, holding a similar significance to Obelisk the year before, but seeing far less play due to both being more restrictive in its summoning and less overall good with its effect. With that said, the first set of the year would hit at the end of January, being Duelist Pack Yusei 3 on January 25th, but it brought absolutely nothing new to the table that would change the meta around it, with its primary contributions being reprints of Effect Veiler, Drill Warrior, Cards of Consonance, and Starlight Road, with the Veiler reprint really being the only draw to the set. With that said, the first core set of the year was around the corner from here, and it would be a far more fitting start to a pivotal year in the development of Yu-Gi-Oh! Into the next era, bringing decks that were far cries from what came before. Storm of Ragnarok. Release date, February 8th, 2011. Set type, core set. Major strategies, Nordic, 6 Samurai, Karakuri.
Oh, no! No, it's time. Oh, God. Oh, man. Bro, anyone who's ever done the Master Duel Proficiency Test knows what this is, man. Oh, my God. I know what this is. I just did the Proficiency Test. Oh, God.
Impact, speeding up the game to new heights. Storm of Ragnarok would be the set to throw caution to the wind in terms of the speed of the game, as its inclusions would not only shatter the prior speed barrier, but also put in place a pseudo failsafe that would become increasingly problematic the further into the future we move. But I'm getting ahead of myself. Starting with its cover archetype, the Nordic Aesir archetypes are not only their own separate intertwined archetypes, but the Nordic archetype itself is split into 3 subcategories, one for each of the Aesir boss monsters they summon, being entirely based on Norse mythology. These would be Loki's Nordic Alfars, with none being even remotely good, Thor's Nordic Beast bringing, I am not pronouncing that, who summons 2 Nordic Beast tokens on battle destruction,
It's not that hard.
Gold Fox, a tuner that can special summon itself if the opponent controls a sync.
I will say, I learned today that the Nordics are split into the 3 gods. That like the Nordic beasts belong to one of them, and the other ones belong to one of. I did not know that. I've never looked at it in that much detail.
While you control no monsters, and are you kidding me? Who can special summon himself from hand if your monster is destroyed in battle, and can special summon a Nordic beast from deck by changing it from defense to attack mode. And Odin's Nordic Ascendants, who include Mimir, who can special summon itself from grave in the standby phase if you control a Nordic by discarding a spell, Valkyrie, who can banish 2 cards from hand on normal summon to summon 2 Einjar tokens, and Venatus, a TCG exclusive that can consider itself any of the sub-archetypes for synchro summons, and can dump a Nordic from deck to grave to copy its level. Nordics at the time were almost completely overlooked due to another powerhouse deck being in the same set.
No, I will admit, the fact that they mention Nordic Alfar tuner, Nordic Ascendant tuner, and Nordic Beast tuner was kind of a giveaway. So I could have known that. On another note, I have read them once in my life, probably, and never again. So that's my defense, Your Honor. That's my defense.
And even then, the strategy was so disjointed that it would see very little play, although it would see a small amount of success with a single YCS top later this year. Karakuri would receive another wave of support to help round out the deck into a powerful strategy with Watchdog, who boosts all Karakuris when you take battle damage involving this card, Ninja, who revives a Karakuri on destroying a monster in battle, Muzo, a TCG exclusive that swaps the defense at the...
Karakuri is so cool, man. It's one of my favorite 2011 decks. It's one of my absolute favorite 2011 decks. Even though it might have started in 2010, I think we already had the first couple cards in 2010. But Karakuri is so sick, man.
The end of the battle phase if it attacks, having 2100 attack.
Okay.
Burrito, a level 8 machine-locked synchro that summons a Karakuri from deck on summon and draws a card the first time each turn a Karakuri monster changes battle position. And Cash, which searches a Karakuri from deck to hand by changing the battle position of a Karakuri on field. Karakuri, thanks mostly to Burrito here, would continue to grow into a powerful synchro spam and advantage generation archetype, but would continue to see no play for now, as it was still exceedingly difficult to get a playline started for the deck without some kind of swarming tool. However, both of these archetypes would pale in comparison to Six Samurai, the next legacy archetype to get a massive open.
I hated Six Sam during that time period. Like, I didn't like the design of Shien. Like I don't know. I guess maybe that's where it started, where like you already saw like the what's it called? The trend of not really liking Omni Negate kind of things. Even though Shien is not an Omni Negate, it's just a spell trap negate. It still was like somewhat like obnoxious. Like I didn't like that, you know? For example, the Karakuri deck that we just saw was way more like synchro spammy combo heavy than Samurai. Still, I remember that deck being very fun, and I remember the Six Samurai decks being like more straightforward, locking your opponent out of playing, and just less fun to play and play against.
But whose support here would completely warp the meta around it for the following month. These releases include Kizan, who could special summon itself from hand if you control a Six Samurai, boosting to 2100 if you had 2 others, Inishi, who could banish 2 Six Samurai from grave to bounce a monster to hand.
Kizan's design is especially problematic because it doesn't have the clause that Grandmaster has, where Grandmaster says you